Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, and for today's video I'll share with you my Axie Infinity week 1 plus some tips so that you can learn when you start playing your own Axie Infinity. So just like everybody else, I started with 0 SLP, and for you to start earning your first SLP, you only need to accomplish your daily quest, starting off with clicking the check-in for your daily check-in, completing 10 adventure mode levels and win 5 arena matches. So we have now checked in, so now let's go to the adventure. In the adventure, you can earn as much as 100 SLP a day and you are given 20 energy. So if you're only starting, it is highly recommended that you use it all up first in the adventure so you could level up your Axie. So this is World 1, so let's go to Ruin 1. For Ruin 1, our first opponents are free toadies with half of 294 each, and at first we are given 4 energy. And at first guys, I really don't understand what I'm doing, so if you're thinking, can I really play Axie Infinity? I don't understand the card, so you just have to make sure that you have enough attack power to deplete the half of these toadies, and there you go, you can easily win the Ruin 1. So easy, right? So that's it for Ruin 1, so now let's go to Ruin 2. But before we go there, since our SLP is not yet reflected, let's check first in our daily quest if we have actually completed one adventure level. So click the back button and the quest, and there you can see that you have accomplished or completed 1 out of 10 level, and once you're able to complete the task, you can earn additional 50 SLP. So now let's go to Ruin 2. For Ruin 2, our opponents are 2 toadies and 1 planter. So the toadies, you can defeat them easily, but this planter has a healing ability. It can heal itself, so it's quite challenging, but since it's just in Ruin 2, you can actually finish this level that easy as well. So victory! So that's it for Ruin 2, and finally we have earned our first 2 SLP, and if you could also notice, our energy has been deducted 2 energy, so only left is 18 out of 20 energy. So now let's go to Ruin 3. So for Ruin 3, we have here 6 opponents, and we have to beat first this first stage, free toadies, before we can proceed to the second stage. So since I don't know what I'm doing here, so we have to just click and click, but unfortunately my plant Axie died. But let's see if we can beat the second stage. We have here 2 toadies and 1 big fang, and this one really hurts when it bites, so you've got to really be careful. But since it's just Ruin 3, you can also win this Ruin so easily. So that's it for Ruin 3. So after defeating Ruin 3, our Axies have leveled up to level 2. So now let's go to Ruin 4. So for Ruin 4, we also have 6 opponents that we have to defeat. So for the first stage, we have here 2 toadies and 1 red jam. And after defeating this first stage, so the next stage will be 2 toadies and 1 big fang, so just like the previous Ruin. So you just have to click and play your card so you can defeat this Ruin. So it's quite challenging, but since it's just Ruin 4, you can also win this Ruin that easily. So that's it for Ruin 4. So after winning in Ruin 4, our Axies are now level 3. So now let's go to Ruin 5, and in Ruin 5, our first opponents are 2 toadies and 1 big fang, and their health are increasing, so their level is increasing every Ruin. So it's quite challenging. So for the second stage, this is a lot more difficult. You have here 1 toadie, 1 red jam, and last opponent is a planter that has a healing ability. It can heal itself, so that is really a clutch play, right? So that is for my Ruin 5. So fast forward, we were able to earn 100 SLP in the adventure, and we've completed the daily quest. So all in all, we've earned total of 150 SLP on our day 1. So for day 1, my Axies reached level 6. I was also able to defeat Ruin 6, but I decided to stay at Ruin 5. But then there are others who were able to reach Ruin 10, even though their Axies are just level 6. So that depends upon you. And for my day 2, I don't have any recording, but I just completed the same task and earned a total of 300 SLP for my first 2 days of playing Axie Infinity. So we are now on our day 3 and we are just waiting for the energy to be replenished. And just a recap on what happened on my day 2, my Axies reached level 8 and I was able to reach until Ruin 7, but I decided to stay at Ruin 5 again until I completed the task or accomplished 100 SLP for the adventure. So now we can check in for our day 3 and now let's play the adventure level. Let's go first to Ruin 6. So let's go. So for Ruin 6, you have here 9 opponents and 3 stages. So for the first stage, you've got to defeat 3 toadies, and for the second stage, we have 2 toadies and 1 red gem. And for my day 3, I think this is the time that I've somehow understood my cards, how to play them well. So for the last stage, we have a toadie, a planter, and a big fang. So this is Ruin 6. That's why I stayed at Ruin 5, because at Ruin 5 there are only 6 opponents. So there you go, victory. So now let's go to Ruin 7. For Ruin 7, you also have here 9 opponents, and for the first stage, we have here Big Fang and 2 planters. So here on my Ruin 7, I think I have quite learned how to use somehow the cards. And for the second stage, we have here 2 red gem and 1 planter. And for the last stage, I think the last stage will be the quite challenging one, because you have here toadie, planter, and this one little rock that is not so little and is really so strong. That's why it's really difficult to defeat it, but you can actually do it. So victory for Ruin 7. Alright, so now let's go to Ruin 8. So for Ruin 8, you also have here 9 opponents that you have to defeat. So for the first stage, you have here 2 toadies and 1 red gem. So if you could notice, as you proceed to higher ruin, so the enemies gets stronger. So it's quite challenging. So for the second stage, we have here a toadie and 2 big fang, and these big fang also have a healing or regenerating ability. So it's quite challenging when it heals itself. So that's it for the second stage. And for the last stage, we have 2 toadies and 1 little rock. And this little rock, aside from being so powerful in its attack, can also regenerate itself. So that's why it's quite challenging as well. But you could actually eventually persistently defeat it. So that is it for Ruin 8. So moving forward, our Axies now reach level 9. So let's now go to Ruin 9. And for Ruin 9, we've got here 9 opponents as well. So for the first stage, your first opponents are 1 toadie and 2 big fangs. So as you proceed to higher ruins, you eventually get to understand on how to really strategize with regards to your cards. And for the second stage, we have here 1 red gem and 2 big fang. And for the last stage, what we have here are 3 big fangs. Imagine that. So this is really tough, but you could actually eventually win if you just keep on trying. So there you go, victory for Ruin 9. So that concludes my day 3, and you can also check my previous video for my day 3 clutch play. So day 3 is a day that I finally understood how to strategize the cards. So after completing the daily quest, we have claimed 50 SLP. So all in all, for our day 3, for 3 days of playing Axie Infinity, we have accumulated a total of 450 SLP. So now let's move on to our day 4. So for day 4, my Axies are now level 10, and let's go to Ruin 10. So for the first stage, you've got to defeat 3 toadies, but this is a lot more difficult because they have a sticky glue and it can stun you so that your turn will just miss. So instead of being able to defeat it immediately, your turn will just miss, just like this one. Imagine that. So I really struggled for this one. So the second stage, you have to defeat Big Fang and 2 toadies, and my only Axie left is my Aqua. So for the first stage, we have Little Rock, Planter, and Red Jam. So I got defeated, so I just decided to go back to Ruin 5, but I completed a daily task. So for my day 4, I was able to earn a total of 600 SLP. Alright, so now let's go to our day 5. So for our day 5, now that our Axies have reached level 11, let's try again if we can now defeat Ruin 10. So for the first round, we have to defeat again the 3 toadies with the sticky glue effect or stunning, where your attack can just miss. And after defeating this one, you have to face the second stage, a Big Fang and 2 toadies, and the toadies still have this sticky glue effect. And for the last stage, also you can see there, we have Little Rock, a Planter, and Red Jam. So let's see if we can win. So we've got here the last stand for my beast, and there you go, finally we have already won Ruin 10. So now let's see if we can win Ruin 11. So actually, if I'm not confident yet if I can win that one, I will go back to Ruin 5, but let's see if we can pull this thing off. I'm not really so sure, so let's just give it a try. Let's go, Ruin 11. Alright, so we are now on Ruin 11, and for our first opponent, for the first stage, we have a toadie and 2 Red Jam. So if you could notice, guys, I have here a ×8 speed for my gameplay. So if you want a detailed information about the ruins, you can check Junshin TV's video, so you can find the link in the description below. So for our second stage, we have here a Little Rock and 2 Red Jam. So my beast is now on fire. So we also have a stunning effect here. So for the last stage, we have here 3 Red Jams. So do you think I can win this round? I'm not so sure myself. So I'm now on the last 10. So I defeat it, but when you're a tie, so you're just defeated as well, even if you ended up tie. So I decided to play again because I think this time I can finally win, hopefully. So let's do it again, try until you are able to defeat that ruin. So though it's challenging, so because of the stun effect. So for Ruin 11, I finally reached the last stage, 3 Red Jams, and there you go, victory for Ruin 11. So that is it. So now let's go and check if we can defeat Ruin 12 with our level 11 Axies. So for the first stage, we've got here Little Rock, a Planter, and Big Fang. And this is very challenging because of a very thick shield, high shield, and for the healing effect as well. So that's for the first stage. I'm already struggling. And for the second stage, we've got here 2 Little Rock and a Planter. So it is really challenging because you really got to strategize if you're going to play that around or just end the turn because of the shield level. But there you go, this is the most difficult part because you've got here 3 Little Rock that is just not so little, they're so big and so strong, and there, I've got defeated. So for my day 5, I've completed a task, so claim my 50 SLP. And for 5 days of playing Axie Infinity, so I was able to earn a total of 750 SLP. Alright, so moving forward, this is now my day 6, so we are now level 12, so let's now try again if we can now defeat Ruin 12 with level 12 Axies, and this is really challenging because of one, the healing abilities of each of the opponents, the Little Rock, the Planter, and this Big Fang. And aside from that, they've got really strong shields, so I'm really struggling here. And as my Axie scholars say, Ruin 12 is really tough, so you've really got to level up your Axie in order to defeat it. So imagine this one, I got defeated again. So guys, since I got frustrated, I decided to use 7 of my energy in the arena, but please don't do that. I really suggest that if you're starting to level up your Axie, you really need to use all of your energy in the adventure. But as for me, I just really want to try, can I really win in the arena and be able to earn additional SLP. So but then for my first match, I got defeated, so I'm really thinking, should I really still play? But then I said yes, let's do this. So for my second opponent, I have here a Beast and 2 Aqua. So let's see if we could win this second round. So maybe guys, you can learn a little bit from this one, even though this is fast forwarded. So for this one, since the plant is a lot stronger than the Aqua, let's see if we can survive this. So I'm not really so sure, but there you go, we have an advantage here. So I think there I can win. So congratulations, we won our first match. And since we've won, I'm now checking. So yesterday we've got 750 SLP plus the adventure 57, so we have earned 7 SLP for winning in that match. So we are now on round 3, and for round 3 we have our opponents, a plant, a beast, and a bird. So I hope you guys can learn from this video, even though this is fast forwarded. So I still really need to work out on my strategy, whether I should just end my turn or to maximize and full blast the cards, because what happens is when you do that, you'll end up having only 2 energies. So unfortunately, I got defeated for that round. But this 4th round, this one is, I think, my favorite of all, because this is the first time that I've learned that there are actually Axies that can attack the fastest Axie, and that is really hurtful because it's the first time that my Aqua died first, and now I think it's gonna attack my Beast as well, attack the fastest. But I've got 2 against 1, so even though my Beast died, plant is a lot more effective than a bird. So I think that's it, I won, and I gained another 7 SLP for that match. But then again guys, just a reminder, if you are just starting, make sure to use all of your energy in the adventure first, so that your Axies can level up a lot faster. So don't imitate me, I just tried it, if I can actually win in the arena and win additional SLP. But then there will come a time that you can already complete the adventure and have excess energy that you can use in the arena. So there, I won that round, so another 7 SLP. So we have here our next match, a plant and 2 Aquas. So let's see who'll win this round. So 3 versus 3, but 2 versus 2 now. So this is already fast forwarded, so I will not make a comment that much on how I attack, but we can make a detailed video about it on my next vlogs. So another victory, so this is my 3rd time to win in the arena, so far so good. And now we are entering the final arena match featured in this vlog. And for my last opponent, we have here a plant, an Aqua, and a bug. So let's find out who'll win for this last match, whether I'll win again another additional SLP. So this video has been fast forwarded for my gameplay, so I'll make another vlog to feature how to strategize whether to end the turn or to maximize playing your cards. So now we are entering the last stand, and as well as our opponent is also in the last stand. So for the last match, we have won, and we have a total of 928 SLP on our day 6. And now moving on to our final day for our week 1. So day 7, our Axies are now level 13, but still we got defeated in Ruin 12, so I just stayed at Ruin 11. So now let's claim our SLP, and for total week 1, I've earned a total of 1078 SLP, so not bad for my week 1. So thank you so much guys for watching, and see you again on my next videos. Bye!